shit, it just came on without me doing my other thing. How y'all doing today on the Jeremy Hill Show? Hold on for a second. I was trying to hit that button so I can go to the other part, but hey, it is what it is. All right, today on this show, I'm supposed to be having some lady guests come on here. One of them is setting up a computer right now. She's gonna ask me some questions. Oh, here she come in right now. Also, Lady of Class will be joining, and maybe this other lady may. I'm gonna put this one on here. Can you hear me, Aaliyah?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Lady of Class, feel free to join too. This lady right here on the screen right now is going to be asking me some questions, and then when Lady Class, you come on here, you say what you want to say because we had discussed what you was talking about before. All right, let me go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and shoot away. What type of questions do you have prepared for me to answer?
I have like a variety of questions to answer. Some about relationships, some about just life in general, and just some like goals as well. So I'm gonna start with the first one that really popped up was when a woman makes more money than her man. What does that do for the men or the man?
If a woman makes more money than a man, the only thing it can do is that she got to invest and contribute what she's making into the household. The man is the leadership. Okay, so if a woman has money, that money does not put her over the man. It does not put her on a pedestal. What she has to do is understand that she's a helpmeet. And when you are a helpmeet, that means you have to contribute to something. So if a man has his own plan and you decide or he decides to pick you as a mate, all your money going to the house and it's going to be supervised by that man. I'm not saying that he's going to control every aspect of it, but he has the final say on what things get bought and what things don't get bought, because at the end of the day, he's thinking about the family, thinking about you, and thinking about himself and trying to get to the next level.
Okay, so let's say, would you want like your woman to do the financing, like the monthly financial like budgeting, or would you want to be in charge of like the finances of like the monthly budgeting and the long-term financial plans?
A woman can budget the money if the man says it's okay, because some men are not really good at budgeting money, okay? But if he gets a partner, this again goes back to you being the helpmeet, meaning that you fill in certain spots where he may be weaker at. So if he says that you can budget the money and you still make more money than him, as long as he has the final say of where the money is going, that can happen like that.
Okay. And so that leads me to like my next question. So if a woman makes more money than her man and she's willing to submit to her man, like what does that mean to you? Like is she just a helpmate, like you said, cooperative, kind of like for you?
Can you break that question down a little bit more?
I'm sorry. So it goes off of the last question. Like what if you're a woman who's making more money than you, she's willing to submit to you? Like what does that mean to men? Like,
what does it mean to men if you make more money than him and you're willing to submit and get on this program?
yes.
That means a lot. That means that you're not going to give him no headaches. That means that you're not going to be questioning every decision that he makes. If you are willing to submit to a man, which is basically being cooperative to a man and getting on a man's program, then you can consider yourself worthy of being called a helpmeet. When you're not a helpmeet, you're going to be argumentative, you're going to be selfish, you're going to be secretive, and when you get money, you're going to think that money means that you have a two pair of balls and that you can run the relationship. So when it comes down to being a woman who makes more money and also want to cooperate with her man, she must first display humility for that to happen. And humility is the same thing, or it works in tandem with femininity. You cannot be feminine without having humility, and you must submit to a man.
Okay. So quick question. Like for the long term, do men like watch how you act in like certain situations? Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did like a men watch women in certain situations, not like just sitting back, like watching her small actions for like small situations? Like, I'm sorry. Do men watch a woman and observe her and see how she acts during a small situation? Will that determine how she acts in a larger situation?
A man only pays attention to a woman when it comes down to little bitty things like that if you're really pursuing a mate. If it's all about smashing and dashing, we don't really care about how you react in certain situations because we're not going to try to commit to you whatsoever. At the time now, don't get it wrong, even though if we're just trying to smash and dash, there may be some things about you to let us know not to smash you because you might be someone who likes to talk a lot. You might be somebody who likes to cause problems, stuff like that. So you might not be worth laying down to give the wood to. You understand what I'm saying? So, but when it comes to noticing those little things that you're talking about, then that means that he may be looking for a relationship or marriage. If he want to take you seriously, then he gonna notice everything from your attitude, from the way you dress, from the way you conduct yourself, and also from what people say about you. So your reputation also matters when it comes to a man who wants to choose someone that's going to be with him, that's going to carry his name. And a woman can carry a man's name without being married. It's just the fact that everyone knows that he's with her. So as soon as she leaves him, how she conducts herself and how she dresses like that is the same thing of saying that she has his name on her because they're gonna look at him because you're gonna be a reflection of what he decided to be with.
And so like men, like y'all instantly know when you meet a woman, like, okay, she's showing these qualities and like she's willing to submit and follow your leadership and be content and be okay with like, being bored, because I feel like relationships, they can get boring, and that's okay, right? Like for you to be bored in a relationship. I feel like once you learn how to be bored and adapt to the day to day, I feel like it creates stability. I feel like it creates stability in the relationship. But I'm sorry, I'll ask the question again. Do you like instantly know when meeting a woman, like, okay, boom, she's willing to submit and follow my leadership?
You don't always know until you put it through some tests. You got to see, like, you can get a woman, because a woman is chameleon a lot of times. A lot of women have a chameleon mindset, so they can become what you want them to become in the beginning because they have a high interest in you. So you have to test her out. You got to see whether or not is she going to respond a certain way that you desire for her to respond to. Okay, so like, in order for me to know that you're going to be submissive, then I got to see how you follow my direction. And I'm going to purposely give you some directions that you're not going to be comfortable with just to see if you're going to do it. Because if you're just going to be on my team when things are good or when I'm telling you something that you like, then you're not the woman for me. You need to be the type of woman that if I tell you to do something that you don't like, you got to trust my judgment right then and understand and believe that if I'm telling you that as a man to do it, that you need to do it, and that it's got to be a good reason for me telling you that. So you got to, you have to understand how to trust that man. So if I be with a woman, if I see her and I want to make her my girl, I'm a tester. I test every woman that comes in my life. At this point in my life, I do.
Would you find that like maybe like being manipulative at first? Try like
Which one?
running women through tests just to see. Would that
No,
be
I don't. I don't think so. When you get a job and they put you on a 90-day probationary period, ain't nothing but a big ass test to see if you're gonna fail it. If you're gonna be good on the job, if you got good job performance, if you're gonna show up on the job on time like that, they testing you to see if you're worthy of all the benefits. You can't even get the benefits to the end of 90-day probationary period on some jobs. So when it comes to your life is a job, your life is a brand, a man's life is his business. So if I exalt you into the position of being a wife or exalt you into the position of being my woman, then I got to be able to know what type of woman that I'm dealing with. You get what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to being bored in relationships, like you said, where to go, you got to learn how to be content. When you're content, then that boredom, it's not going to matter that much. See, that means that you got to be appreciative of what that man has done for you. You got to be appreciative of the relationship that you're in. You get what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to be content. You know what I mean? A lot of times, man, women are not satisfied and they leave because they are bored simply because they are not appreciative of what they have. And like I think I might have said to you before, women tend to be like this. They never understand what they have until they understood what they had. So at the end of this whole situation right quick, when things go down and he get another woman, then she want to come back. Now she want to say all men are dogs. But here's the thing right here. A woman should never make decisions to blame men for her decisions in men. If you got the wrong type of men, that's your fault. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times you women don't know how to appreciate what you have. The social media age have got you thinking that you deserve everything. You don't deserve everything. You deserve your portion. You deserve your share. You deserve what you earn, okay? Every woman is supposed to earn her place in a man's life. When it comes, if you want his provision and you want his protection, all this stuff you say you want, you have to earn that. You know what I mean? That's what, like I think I told you before, like there's a reason why a man is called the groom, and you're called the groom and the bride. Because once a woman comes to a man to marry, she's already have the basic necessities for like knowing how to cook, clean and stuff like that. Now, when I get you, I got to customize you to my desires, customize you to what I want you to be. Therefore, I must groom you into what I want you to be. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, because there's no way possible for a woman to know what a man wants as a husband if she has never spent time as a wife with him. Go ahead. I'm gonna add this lady to the screen too. Oh, I got 3 people. Hold on one second, Aaliyah. Can you hear me, lady of class?
Let's see. Let me turn. Hold on. I just need to figure out how to. I can hear you. I just have to make sure when both of you are speaking, I have to put on the mute. That's all.
Okay, cool. All right, Aaliyah, keep asking your questions, please.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay. Oh my goodness, what I was about to say about the about like the manipulation. A side question, like, do you feel? I know you said that a woman's like place in a man's life is to be the helpmate. In addition to that, do you feel like the woman offers? Let me see if I'm in the camera. Like the woman offers like refinement of like a man in her being a helpmate.
What do you mean? What is your definition of refining a man? Let me make sure I understand that first.
Okay, so let's say that you have a schedule and it's you do like the same routine over and over again, right? Like you get up, eat breakfast, exercise, and then you head like you're at work. Do you feel like a woman should be able to like tweak it and refine it? Like, hey, put your shoes by the door. Hey, put your bag full of your gym stuff by the door ready. You know, if she can't, wake up, make breakfast, hey, you got something like that's set out for you to grab in the morning to make it to have an ease in your schedule. That's what I mean, refinement, just ease of your lifestyle.
All right, it was kind of contradicting a little bit some of the stuff you said. So are you saying is the woman supposed to make the man's life easier? Is that what you're saying, bottom line?
Yes.
Yes, she's supposed to make the man's life easier. Yeah, she's not supposed to. See, the thing is, a lot of these women are chaotic. See, the norm is to be as chaotic and upsetting and mean and belligerent as you possibly can be right now. That's not what a woman's supposed to be. A woman's supposed to be pleasant and know how to shut the hell up half the time. I'm just being honest with you. That's what it is. Yeah, you're supposed to make. When you're a woman, you're a nurturer. If you are in touch with your feminine nature, that means you have the ability to be empathetic. When I say empathetic, you're able to put yourself in a man's situation in his shoes. So that way you can be able to minister, if you want to call it that, or know how to soothe that man. You cannot be an effective wife or effective mother if you don't have empathy. Empathy comes from femininity. Sometimes you should be able to hear things without hearing words. You should be able to see things without looking at it. Like if you have a child at the table right there and he's depressed and shit like that, think about taking his life, you should be able to feel that as a woman through your empathy, through your femininity. So yes, you're supposed to make life easier. You're supposed to have my six. You're supposed to have my back. You're supposed to give me information. If I'm doing work on something, I'm trying to research something, you need to go find out with me. I shouldn't have to tell you, hey, baby, go look this up for me. You see that I'm interested in it, and you see if I benefit from it, that means you're going to benefit from it, because every man's purpose is to be an upgrade to himself, and if he's an upgrade to himself, whoever he chooses to be with is going to get upgraded as well. She going to reap the benefits of a man who is on his mission. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's not seen as like changing the man or trying to change or mold the man into someone that the woman wants, correct?
It's never the place for the woman to change a man. And that's one of the biggest problems women have today. They always think they can build a man. I can change him. I can fix him. It's never your place to change a man. It never has been that. It's your place to follow his leadership. Now, if you choose the wrong man, that's on you.
I would like to enter.
Hold on right a second, later class. I'm gonna let her finish her question. I'm gonna let you talk too, later class. I don't want you to go nowhere. I'm gonna let Aaliyah ask you some questions too, if you don't mind. I gotta keep the structure here. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
I think you were just explaining that a woman's not supposed to like change a man or anything, just to help him like with, I guess, just to be ease in his life, bring him, make his life easier. And that brings me to like my next question. Like when men say like y'all are simple, like simple, like ask me what it is you think that I want or like, and you respond to it. Is that like is that like supposed to happen? Like we say, what do you want? What brings you joy? And you tell it to us, and we try our best to meet those qualifications, I guess.
What is the question that you asked me? It's all over the place. No
like,
offense.
It's so many. Like my brain is going. I want to ask you so many like questions because you're like a bucket of knowledge. But, oh my God, I forgot my question. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to lady of class, and we'll come right back to you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Lady of class, you're on mute. You got to unmute yourself. What would you like to say? I can't hear you, lady of class. Now I can hear you.
On mute. Okay, I just unmute. Hi, is it Ali? How do you say your name?
It's Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Oh, wait. Somebody got an echo going on. I don't know who it is.
Go ahead and address in terms of how you bring joy to a man, or what's expected in terms of bringing joy to a man. One way is you have to pay attention. Pay attention to the small things. You go to the restaurant, to a particular restaurant. If you've been to that restaurant 5 times, you should know already what that man likes to eat, because he probably ordered it 3 times out of the 5 times that you went. Therefore, if you needed to go by yourself to order, you already know what to order. So it's just paying attention to the smaller things, in terms of what he enjoys, what he doesn't enjoy, what his mood is when he comes to the door from work. Maybe even kind of just giving him a kiss and stepping back and letting him breathe. Just to breathe. And we have 2 sons. One's in college now. The other one's is in high school. And I don't let them jump on him time he comes through the door. That's what they want to do as children, And I'm not saying I don't let them say hi or anything like that, but I don't let them bombard them with their issues, problems, or great things that they have for the day. I allow them to come in and sit down, and even if he wants to go to our room or space to himself, do that. But it really is noticing and paying attention, and literally like zeroing in on the small things that he's not going to tell you. He's not going to tell you. You just kind of figure it out. And I know you're going to hope for the same thing back. Men they don't really work that way.
You know what, lady of class, what you said is something what I was talking about a while ago. I said a woman femininity should help her to be able to hear words without hearing the words and see things without looking and stuff. That's what she's talking about, being empathetic. You're supposed to be able to have an intuition about something. Some things should not be just told to you. I should not have to tell you everything. You should be right on it. Like, you don't have to tell a man to protect you if someone break in. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to tell a man to pay the mortgage if y'all live in the same house. We just have that innate nature, our own gumption to do certain things. So a woman's supposed to have that same thing. If a man come in through the front door, he ain't trying to hear your mouth. I mean, I'm just being real with you. It don't matter if it's good. Sometimes just give him a drink. Have a drink ready or something like that. Let him unwind and then talk to the man. I mean, don't just come in, hey man, guess what I just found out today? I'm not that. We don't want to hear that shit. Especially we did like 18 hours work, 10 hours. We don't want to do that. Let me tell you about the kids. We don't want to hear about the kids. We don't want to hear none of that shit. We just want to sit down, relax for a little bit, and then you tell us about these things, but let us unwind first, because our burdens are different from your burdens. Our shoulders carry heavier loads than y'all does. You get what I'm saying? So right now, men off themselves more than women do when it comes to suicide. So we have a lot more issues than y'all do. We just don't, not like women, we don't blah, 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 blah. We don't talk about them the way y'all do. So you got to be feminine. In order for you to be able to sense that stuff, you got to be a feminine woman. You got to be able to feel your man's needs without him expressing them to you. And that's in your innate ability. But if you are corrupted by selfishness, if you're corrupted by materialism, if you're corrupted by I put me first, you won't be able to feel that. And all your relationships going to fail. Every last one of them. Yeah. Okay, Aaliyah, you got any more thing you got to say with your questions? We're going back and forth between y'all two ladies.
Okay. Yes, actually, could this question be towards lady of class if she answers it first?
Sure, go ahead. We all here.
Okay, so by paying attention to the simple things in the day-to-day, does this keep a man's interest in the long term, like for years, not just the short term? And that's the end of my question.
I'll say this, because this is my second marriage. My first marriage, I did it, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it as much. I didn't do it with intent. And no, it's not going to be the glue. The glue is a lot of ingredients. I got divorced because my husband became bored. We were married for over 20 years. For me, we're coasting. In terms of what I'm thinking, we're coasting. But for him, he became bored. The same thing. And going back to what Jeremy was saying, I can't change that. That's something that I can give ideas. I can do what he suggests, and I can suggest. But if he's really not into it, there's nothing really I can do. When it comes to changing a person, I can't change the way you dress. I mean, you might can go and buy clothes and things like that, and yeah, they might entertain you and put it on once or twice. But really, that's still not their style. That's not them. So I can't change them. With my marriage that I have now, I learned, yes, to pay more attention, even more so. Um, and boom, I can't change. Also, knowing that we align when it comes to, for me, ethical shit. I mean, the things that really matter in terms of finances. How do you want to work these finances, babe? What do you need from me to help this
Right.
house go?
Let me interject right
Initially, I used to work.
Hold on.
I am not a worker anymore.
Lady of class, let me interject right there. I want you to see what she said. It's very valid what she said. How she came to the man and said, "What do you need of me?" Mm-hmm. You heard that part? See, yes. A man will be masculine to you if you present yourself as vulnerable. A lot of you women are so strong and you don't want to be hurt. You don't want to get over you. So you can't make me want to feel like I got to protect you when you make me feel that there's no need to protect you. You can't make me feel like there's a need to provide for you if you give me no reason to feel that way. Whenever you meet a woman say, "I want a man, but I don't need one," then why the hell do we need to go out the way for you? You get what I'm saying? You got to have a femininity makes you vulnerable, like it or not. You're the weaker vessel anyway. Without presenting yourself as weak in some way to a man, I'm gonna tell you something. If I see a nice, sweet woman, real nice woman, real sweet, in these streets right quick, and I feel like she's about to get jumped on or something like that, it makes me want to go help her, as opposed to seeing a woman that's all thugged out with gold grills saying F this and shit. I'm be like, all right, if he's knocking her head, she must deserve it. You see what I'm saying? You got to learn how to be softer. You got to learn how to be, your strength is in your softness. It really is. But if you're trying to be as hard as a man to a man, it ain't gonna work out. Your relationship ain't gonna work out. It's just gonna be a toxic relationship, a trauma bond relationship, someone getting their ass with relationship. Go ahead, lady. Lady, go ahead. Lady of class. Must be a time delay on here.
Okay.
With that isn't just with your man. That isn't just with your man. That's with everyone. That's when you walk out the door. Literally, if you go to the gas station or if you're going to a store or something and a man isn't willing to open the door for you, it might be what's on your face. A lot of us have that resting bitch face. You gotta get rid of that. And being kind and being willing to open the door for someone else. It shows. It literally shows, and other people pick it up and run with it.
Okay, Aaliyah, what else you like to say? We ain't trying to jump on Aaliyah for everybody who's watching. It's just that lady of class is giving her point of view as she's asking these questions to us. So I want y'all to think Aaliyah seems like she cool. So go ahead, Aaliyah. Go ahead. Anything else you want to ask? Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I want that perception to be like that. So yeah, Aaliyah, anything else you want to ask me? Go ahead, keep asking.
Well, Mr. Hill, if it's okay, I want to respond to lady of class.
Go ahead, give her your rebuttal. Give you a rebuttal and then come back.
Okay. So I have experienced that. Like so my experience isn't no one's holding doors, no one is helping me with like carrying items. Every time I go out and like I'm struggling with my groceries, someone helps. They offer to help. If I'm walking behind someone, they open the door for me and I open the door for them. And I can see the difference of like when I go out and I have a lot on my mind and I'm just like, I just want to do my errands and go back. It's a different response. And truth be told, I like the response of having the help of, hey, excuse me, ma'am, do you need help with your boxes? Excuse me, I'll hold the door for you. I see that you're struggling. How was your day today? And actually conversing with them and saying, my day was great and it was amazing. And not assuming that just because this man helps me, he wants to sleep with me. It's like, no, he's just helping you. And that's it. And my point of view about that is, and I feel like if I feel like every man wants to sleep with me. I feel like maybe it's something saying that, maybe I want to sleep with him as well. That's how I see that. But yeah, but that's the
Okay, so what you got to ask me now?
Okay, so let me see, because I came prepared. I think I answered most of them. Let me see. Okay, so I have one question.
Okay.
So piggybacking off of what I said. So what I've experienced with men, when men approach me, they ask me 2 questions. It's the same 2 questions in the same order. The number one is, how old are you? And do you have any kids? Always. Are you all weeding out like the BS right then and there and saving time in the long run when you ask those top 2 questions?
Depends on the type of man you're dealing with, but I can tell you the question number 2 is definitely weeding you out. If you got baby daddies and babies and all that stuff, that is definitely a weeding out question. Now, for his age, it depends on his age or what he's looking for. If he decided, that's different, you know what I'm saying? But if you got baby daddies, that lets me know right then if I'm just going to stick and move around. That lets me know right off the top. If you say no, then it's different. But if you say you got 2 or 3 different baby daddies, you got 4 or 5 kids, I'm not going to take you seriously. I might lie to you, play games with you and everything like that, but I don't want to take on another man's family. And a lot of men, no man wakes up in the morning and say, guess what? I want to take over another man's kids. No one's like that. So like, if a man asks you that question, he definitely want to know what's going on. And another thing is, when we ask you that question, we want to know the type of relationship you have with your baby daddy. Is he a knucklehead? Is he crazy if I start dealing with you? Even if I'm not serious with you, if I'm just going to be smashing you, do I have to look behind my back behind this cat? You get what I'm saying? So that's why I do it anyway. But that's definitely weeding you out. Now, for that first question, it depends on what the man looking for. Because really, if you look fine and you 40 and you look fine and you 20, it makes no difference to a man if you're just trying to smash. It don't matter. But them baby daddies and kids, that matters a lot. You disqualify yourself from a lot of men. People don't want to hear that shit, but you are disqualified from a lot of men. The only men that really would get with women with 4 or 5 different baby daddies are low budget, low vibrational, ain't got shit men. Majority of the time. Most men who are productive, who making money, who want to live a life a certain way, he's just going to smash and dash. No man wants to raise another man's family. I don't know why women think that's so hard to believe, but all you got to do is look at your results when you're dating. You can see it for yourself. You live the consequences. Y'all living them out. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that matters, man. Having all them kids and you ain't married, that matters a lot, man. It really do. What other question you got for me?
Let me see.
Hold on, lady. I'm going to call you lady, still lady of class. Hold on for a second. I'm going to call you lady. I'm going to get to you in a minute. I want her to finish answering quick. Okay. All right, cool. I know it's a delay or something. I know. It's a delay or something.
Okay, so I only have another question. Is beauty worth more than a master's degree or any degree?
Hell yeah, it's worth more.
I mean, it's the question. I just want to know.
All right.
No.
It don't make sense if you have a doctorate degree, but then you butt ugly. You get what I'm saying? Now, you can be beautiful and be shoveling and work in the damn chicken house up there catching chickens and be beautiful. I'd rather be with you than an ugly motherfucker who got a doctorate. Did you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna put this out there too. Your doctorates don't mean nothing. Your education don't mean nothing. All your education, your degrees, all that mean that you can retain information that was taught to you. Your education does not define your character. Your education does not shape your character. Your education does not make you a better person. Your education does not make you a better wife. Your education does not make you a better mother. Your education doesn't make you a better friend. Your education doesn't make you anything but what you were before you got your education. Okay? Your degrees mean nothing. The only thing that your degree can be is a tool that you can use to make money, to bring the money back to the man if y'all in a relationship, meaning that y'all can put the money in one pot and build a household and a family together. That's the only purpose your degree would mean to a man. We don't care about you, hey, I got a doctorate and I got a such. We don't give a shit. Can you cook? Can you clean? Are you nice to be around? That's what we care about. Because we can get all those things on our own. There's nothing that a woman got right now that can't be outsourced. If you can't cook, I can get somebody to cook for me. I can pay for it. If you don't want to sleep with me, I can go pay a hooker. If you don't want to have my kid, I can go get adoptions. I can go adopt your child. So with that being said, what can you bring to the table? What can you actually bring to me? The only thing you can bring to me is compliance and money. That's it. Compliance. Are you going to be willing to submit to my rules, regulations, boundaries, whatever I say? Are you going to respect me? And money means that you're going to put some money in this pot. See, I don't understand. The game is full of tricks and not pimps. I'm going to tell you what I say that for. Because women got these boys out here thinking that they supposed to be tricking on everything. Women are supposed to be putting money in the man's hand. Period. The man got his own money, but the woman's supposed to put money in the man's hand. All these suckers got these women think. That's why y'all don't have, that's why you got so many trauma bonds. This is why y'all have lost your self-respect. This is why y'all got these BBLs, because some trick put money in your hand. And look how your lives are going because of that. When you have a man, a real man, not a pookie, or a real man leading you, you bring that money happily home to him. I mean, you still have your money, but he got the final say over everybody's money. That's how it used to be back in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s, and those families were stronger back then than they are now. Y'all have too much freedom. Y'all need someone to put their gaiters on your neck. I mean, they be around your neck like a damn turtleneck. You need someone to put pressure on you out of love. Not trying to make you a slave, but out of love. Because most of you women are tall children. You're emotional. You're too emotional. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I'm happy here. I got to break up the whole family because I feel bored. Now, you done scored that son. You done scored that daughter. You done made them a statistic. You done made another broken home, all because you feel bored. That's about it. Go ahead, Aaliyah, before we get, well, I see Lady want to talk. Let me let Aaliyah say one more thing. I'm going to let Lady comment, because Lady rocking back and forth like this, like my grandma used to do. That used to tell me that she want to say something. So go ahead, Aaliyah. What you got to say before that?
Well, Mr. Hill, it was another question.
Okay.
You want me to ask you? I think
okay, well, let Lady talk. Lady, keep it kind of short, though. So keep your answer, Lady, kind of short, so we can get right back to these questions, okay? Give her Lady some time. She got like
Gotcha.
a delay. Okay, all right, go ahead.
In terms of the beauty question, it's not necessarily aesthetics. It's going to be your respect, you know, and of course your weight. You know, men do look at your weight. They want to see the S curves, you know, and things like that. But sometimes some women are straight. They're just straight, you know, and some women are bigger. But the difference is with a bigger woman are women that are truly out of shape, that they just, it's not pulled together well. That's something that they can change. But what's going to be even more flattering in terms of beauty is going to be the respect that you give, not only to your man, but to others, because it shows and it makes people look at you differently. It makes you look pretty.
Okay, I agree with her. What about Aaliyah? What you got to say?
Well, it was the next, my next question. Like, does the bait and switch, does that make you instantly lose trust in the person that you're with?
What is your definition of bait and switch? I got some ideas about that. What are yours?
Okay, so let's say before the relationship, in the Lady Fly says yes. So let's say like before the relationship, let's say the first 3 months, your woman is like doing everything that you ask for her. And then when you say, you know what, we're in a committed relationship, or, you know, we're going to be married, and they switch. And they just switch up, like they're not doing the routine. Their attitude has changed. They're making you feel like you're unappreciated. And that's what I mean by the bait and switch.
With the bait and switch, the really, you know, when a woman does it, I know what you mean, but really just being a chameleon. You pretending to be something that you're not. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Bait and switch, when a woman does that, man, like I always say, and I stand on this, people never change. People only reveal who they are. Sometimes it takes certain circumstances and environments and problems and struggles to bring out what has always been in them. Okay? So the problem is you haven't vetted the person properly. That's why I say you got to put people to test. When you thought it was manipulation, no, it's testing to protect your peace of mind. You need to know what you're dealing with. You need to know who you're giving your body to. You need to know who you're spending money on. So you got to test these people, man. So it ain't no that they changed. They always was like that, man. The only time I believe a person can change is if it's a religious experience or some shit. But for the rest of the time, no. It takes certain situations. Like when people say, that's my dog, man. He loyal to me, man. But make him sit in front of the feds and they say, I'm going to give you 25 years if you don't give him up. Then we get to see how loyal he is. Loyalty got to be tested. Everything has to be tested when you're dealing with people, man. Straight up. You know what I mean? So that's my point of view on that.
Did
You got quiet. You good?
Time's gonna tell too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Time, man. You got another question for us?
Okay, so this is my last question.
All right.
So when a man cheats one time only, he says he's sorry for cheating, and his actions change as well, would he prefer his woman to just let him know exactly how she's feeling? Like, you made me feel insecure. I can't do this anymore. I don't know how to trust you anymore. I don't know where we're going to be. Would you all want that, or would you want us not to say anything at all? Just to keep.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question. Was that your question entirely? I want to cut you off. I'm sorry. Was that your question?
Yes, mister. That was my question.
Okay, this gonna sound kind of mean, but I'm gonna be real with you. We rather you shut the fuck up. But we know that that's not going to happen. We know that you got to tell us how you feel. You hurt my feelings. You betrayed me, and all those feelings are valid. I'm not saying that they're not. We don't want to hear it because we already know what we done did. We know it now that we've been caught that you're going to feel that way. We have to tolerate you saying those things just so that we can have peace again with you. So like, yeah, baby, tell her, oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry about, yeah, you're right. I hurt your feelings shit. We doing that shit because we got to do it at the time. But cause men who be cheating, man, I've been a cheater. We know what we doing. We know when we knocking somebody down if you find out it's gonna hurt your feelings. But a woman is so emotional and so expressive, she gonna have to tell you about how she feeling. So we sit there and we listen to your ass. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you think that we heard you. Now we change our actions or we don't change our actions. That's what it comes down to. Cause we don't want to hear that shit. Y'all want us to hear that shit. You get what I'm saying? But if we want to make it work, we got to sit our happy ass down and let you talk. If we don't want it to work, we like, well, I don't give a shit and walk off. So if that happens, that's why no man on this planet want to hear a woman complain about them. No man want to hear a woman. No man want to hear a woman tell him how much she is mad at him. No man want to hear that shit. Go ahead, lady. Go ahead, lady. Lady got a time delay. That's why it take a while for her to hear me, y'all. So, okay, go ahead, lady.
What I can say is, okay, we're gonna, of course, voice our feelings, our thoughts, and all that good stuff. But what we can't do is keep going back to it over and over. He did something else that don't have nothing to do with the infidelity.
Yeah.
But we're gonna bring that back up. We can't do that. That's just toxic. At that point, either you're gonna stay and you're gonna try to work it out, and you see him changing, and you see the change, because change is action. Change is action, and you see the change, you feel the change. Then why are you gonna keep bringing it back up? Yeah, you still might have that feeling. You still might have those feelings, but you have to manage your emotions just like men do. You done already told them, if not once, twice, 3 times. After that, it's a wrap. And if you still feel that way, you might need to go and seek some help, to be it if it's a counselor or whatever, to help you either get over it or make up your mind if you want to stay or go.
And let me say this too. Let me throw this in there. For those who are spiritual out there, okay? A preacher told me years ago, and it's true. If you think that you have forgiven somebody, it can feel as if you numb to it, like it don't bother you. But when you see them again, it triggers you. That means that you haven't forgiven them. The best way to find out if you've forgiven somebody in any situation, if you're spiritual, pray for them. And when I say pray for them, don't just pray. Pray for them to have the most money in the world, to have the best family in the world, to have everything good happen to them. If you feel something in your soul that's reluctant, and say, I don't want them to have those things, then you have not forgiven them. You think you have. You can fool yourself in thinking that you've forgiven somebody because they're not around. You feel numb to it. But if you still got something inside of you that is begrudgingly wanting to see someone prosper even beyond you, you haven't forgiven them. I'm just going to say that right there. I'm just letting you know right now. But I ain't telling you to do anything, but I'm just telling you, if you want to gauge whether or not you have truly gotten over something with somebody, if you're religious, I don't know what you do if you ain't, but if you're religious, talk to God. And then when you talk to him, tell God how much you want them to get the most money or whatever it is, have better children, I want them to have a great life. Say all that stuff and see how you feel as you say it. If you just mad and don't want to say it, you ain't forgave him or her. Period.
That's
I know gonna be a lot of people that they gonna think about that shit. Like, man, I don't want to pray for that motherfucker.
Right. I'm thinking about that now. I'm like, I got a list of people. What you mean? Like, Mr. Hill, what you mean pray for this person about getting this and that? I don't want to do that.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're gonna be Christians who say that too. They're gonna be Christians like, I'm blessed and highly favored, but all right, pray for him. Man, fuck him. I'm just telling you.
So I just have one question. Do you want to say something, lady of class? Were you wanting to say something before I ask the next question?
She has a time delay.
Oh, she has a time
delay.
Okay.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay. So my last question.
I'm delayed.
Let's see. Okay. So my last question that I have. When a woman chooses to stay with her man after he has cheated, does that man think that the woman is weak and that he can just, cheat whenever and she's going to stay with him?
No, I don't think he think that she weak. It depends what type of woman and man that is, though. Because if you got a man that can knock you upside your head and you stay and you accept that, then he can perceive you as being weak. But if he's not like that and you decide to stay, then he gonna look at you, okay, well, she gonna try to stay on the program that I got. That's just what that is, know what I'm saying? That don't mean he won't cheat again. It don't mean that. It just mean like, okay, you are rooted. You have decided that no matter what happens, you're gonna stay by your man's side. Okay, that's what that means to me. I'm gonna speak for me. That's what it would mean to me. If you find out that I cheated on you, you know what I mean? But before we move further, I'm gonna make sure that you know you cannot cheat on me. Okay. If you stay with me, you cannot go be cheating nobody. If you decide to stay with my black ass, that means you're gonna accept what happened and you moving forward. Ain't no payback, ain't no I'm gonna get you back. I wanna stay in this relationship just so I can hurt you by making you feel how you made me feel, so I'm gonna stay with you for that reason. Because women do that stupid shit. So now, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to make it abundantly clear that you have moved on. If you got to get therapy, get therapy. But if you decide to be there, listen, if you decide to stay there, be all the way there. Don't be 20% there. Be all the way there. Don't be there because I'm here for the kids only, and I'm still going to cheat on you because what you did to me. Be all the way there. So it comes down to your choices. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Hope I answered that question for you.
Yes, you did. Lady of class, do you have anything to say?
I'm delayed.
I agree, because it would be toxic. I mean, just think about it. You're going back and forth, even though it's silently going back and forth. You're going back and forth, and that doesn't make any sense. You have to make up your mind. Either you're going to stay and be in it to win it, and like you really, okay, like you said, the actions have changed, and you see it and you feel it. Why do anything else? Why you be the villain now? It doesn't make any sense. Now if he's not changing, you didn't see any change, and this man's gonna continue on with the same crap, and you still decide to stay, you still need to just shut the hell up and roll. You decide to stay for a reason, be it if it's financially, be it if it's mentally. You done been with this man for so many years. I don't know anything else. Whatever the reason is, you decided to stay. So shut up and roll with it. But if you have to leave, or if you see that he's not going to change and you feel the urge to leave, then leave. Leave in peace. Leave in peace. That's all I can say. Leave in peace. It doesn't have to be, at least on your end or on our end, it doesn't have to be drama, but make the decision. That's one thing, because when you're indecisive, it's still toxic.
Yeah. Yeah, she's right. Be all the way there. If you're going to be there, be all the way there. No get back, no payback, no revenge. Don't become, like she say, the villain. If you can't handle it, you move on. But don't be making everybody else life hell because you want to get the get back. I want to get my lick back now. No. That's the man you chose. Now you got to deal. Now, when they're dealing with certain men and certain women, there's certain things that come along with certain individuals. And if you choose to be in that shit, then you got to be accepting of everything that come with it. And like she said, you might be there because of money. You might be there because you ain't known nothing else. Whatever it is, you chose to be there.
I have another question for you, Mr. Hill.
All right.
Does that show loyalty to you?
Does that show loyalty?
Yes, for staying, like no matter what, and just keep on with the program.
It is a form of loyalty. I would say it's more of a commitment, to be honest with you. I'll say you're committed. That's an old, I hope I say this right. They said when it comes to the breakfast, the chicken donated to the breakfast, but the pig committed himself to the breakfast. You get the analogy right there?
Yeah.
The pig gave his life for you to have breakfast. The chicken just, you get what I'm saying? The chicken gave an egg and gave a little bit to it. You get what I'm saying? So the pig went through pain, but he was committed. You get what I'm saying? When you committed, there's really no such thing as loyalty and disloyalty. That means you there. So I'll say that you're committed. I'm not saying that you should be abused or anything, or anyone should be abusive, but that means that you're a little bit more committed than others because you say, I'm gonna make this work, especially if you have children involved.
That was good. Now that was good. That was good, Mr. Hill.
And there's loyalty, but loyalty to what? Again, is it loyalty to the finances that are coming in? Is it loyalty to his sex? Is it loyalty because you've been together so long?
Mm-hmm. Could it be the loyalty that I said this is what, well, I guess it goes back to the commitment, but it's loyalty to this is what I said I'm going to do, so I'm going to do it. And we're going to work it out and get it done because this is what I said out of my mouth.
That's commitment.
Okay.
That's commitment to it. That's
your
commitment.
Word.
Yeah, that's commitment to your word.
Yeah. And I know this isn't like real spiritual, but there's a verse, Deuteronomy 23:23. If you say you're going to do something, then you need to do it. If you say you're not going to do something, then don't do it. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that was all my questions that I had.
Thank you for coming on the Jeremy Hill Show. To be honest, that's
really the best way to be in it. I mean, I hate the notion how women a lot of women, I should say, are taught when we get married, we're supposed to have a pouch of money that we put away and your husband isn't supposed to know or your man isn't supposed to know. I don't believe in that because that means I'm planning for crap to happen. I'm planning for this relationship to break up. Literally. That's what I feel. My personal opinion. I'm storing away money because I'm not sure and I'm planning for this breakup.
Just waiting for it to fail. Yep.
Would it be like waiting for it to fail and just being sneaky? And it's a form of like lying, right? Because it's like, why keep this away from the person who you said that you're committed to?
Anything that you can't say or do in front of the person you with is cheating. No DM that, if you can't show a certain DM to your man, you cheating. If you can't have a certain conversation with another man in front of your man, but you've been having it, you cheating. Anything that has to be hidden is cheating. Okay? That's all it is. Ain't no man being insecure. That man being a man. Every man is territorial. They ain't being insecure. Women want to play it, want to make men think they insecure. Ain't nothing about, no, hell no. You out of pocket. And he's supposed to come down with that pimp hand and put your ass in check. That's what he's supposed to do. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, because all that shit, see, a lot of men believe that shit. A lot of weak men let these women tell them, you're just being insecure. You're just being insecure. No, he ain't being insecure. He being a man. And ain't no man gonna put up that shit. And you being a fake ass woman if you're doing it. Because women, if they have a conscience, they know that they're doing something that they men would not approve of. If you ever find yourself in that situation, you cheating. You're a mustard back heifer.
I'm sorry. I know it wasn't funny, but it made me laugh.
That's cool.
But okay, so I know as women we can say that us cheating is the same as when men cheat. Is it the same?
No, the hell it ain't. Fuck no. Now, see, I can have a beautiful woman, a good woman, and love her to death, and go bang the hell out of a thick booty chick right now and don't feel nothing. Women, before they start doing that, that man got her mind first. Because you're not going to sleep with a man that's not already in your mind some kind of way. So if he got your mind enough to where you sleep with him and then he put that wood, I mean some good wood on you too, especially if it's fire, that's it. The relationship is over with. It's over with because you can never commit yourself fully to that man because you belong to him too. It's not. I can smash right now, just smash. I can do it right now and have a good old wife. This is shit y'all don't want to hear, but I won't catch no feelings with it. Women catch feelings. Y'all emotionally cheat. Women cheat more than men. Women cheat deeper than men because we don't get emotionally attached to a woman. Y'all do get attached to a man.
So is it more of the emotional cheating when it comes to the difference between men, or is it just that the fact that, men enter us and not the other way around?
Man, it's about you cheating, period. Because as soon as you begin to cheat, man, you disrespect the man. Okay. It's about respect. Let's break it down to that. It's respect. The moment you give your booty up, the moment you entertain another man, you disrespected the man you will. It ain't about a man conquering you. It's the fact that you disrespected the man you will. That's where it all starts with disrespect first. That's what it is. Go ahead, lady. Time to laser, motherfucker.
And with that, I want you to think about it even at this aspect, the health aspect. You can have two different DNA sperms inside of you. Your cootie cat gonna stink like high hell. And I once upon a time used to work in the healthcare field, and the women constantly come in because their cootie cat stank. Well, a lot of times it's not necessarily yeast. It's because they have 2-3 different sperms coming in them. And that gives you an infection. No, it's not going to be a STD, STI, whatever they call it nowadays. But it's still an infection, and you still have the discharge, the smell, all of that, because it's not meant to be. It is not meant to be. And I know everybody's like, oh, condoms and this, that, and the third. Okay, that's a way to get around it. But it still wasn't meant to be for women to have multiple partners. It's different for a man, and that's just a fact. Physically, DNA or whatever you want to call it, in terms of medically, it's just a fact.
You can't be us. You can't. Y'all try to be every day, but you can't be us. Okay, it just ain't gonna happen. Well, I thank y'all today. We did an hour mark. If y'all in the comments, if y'all want to see more content like this one, put a 1 in the chat. And I'll try to have more women on here, and we'll try to talk. We can also do more follow-ups with Aaliyah and Lady of Class, because I think they still want to talk, but it's an hour, and I got some things I got to do quick. So we have to set it up another time, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm waiting to see if they're going to put in the 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. That's 1.
Aaliyah, it was great meeting you.
I know. Yes. I really like this. I'm sorry, Mr. Hill. Can I say something before you close? Okay. So, yeah, I really like this conversation that we had with Mr. Hill, hosting us. And it was really nice meeting you, Lady of Class. I enjoyed the wisdom that both of you shared. And I learned a lot from this conversation. And I hope we do more, Mr. Hill, if you would have us on,
I will.
To talk about more things. But I know it was.
Do me a favor. Yes. Do me a favor, both of you. Do me a favor. Invite your female friends to come onto the show, because y'all know more women on y'all area, you know what I'm saying? Ask your friends to come on to the show, okay? And we all can have these type of conversations. Okay?
Yes.
Now, you continue talking. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt y'all.
That was all I was wanting to say is, thank you for giving us a space to come on the channel and to speak and have a conversation. It was really, no problem. I liked it. Thank you, Mr. Hill.
I enjoyed it as well. I'll talk to you later. Take it easy now, here.
By the way, your braid out is beautiful.
Sorry. But thank you for joining the show. Take it easy now, here. Hope y'all enjoyed today's show, man. We're going to try to do some more things like that. I think it's better for you women to call in and talk to a man about how a man feels, instead of keep calling these women who tell y'all the same dumb shit that they've been hearing from other things that have been said for 1,000 years and regurgitating stuff. They ain't telling you nothing. I'm going to give it to you straight fact. I'm gonna give it to you. You're gonna get all of it. And I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear and what you, but I ain't gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. What you need to hear. So if you want to come on and have a real conversation, be here on the Sundays and stuff. Or email me, and then I can set these things up because I got a lot of things in the work for live stream. But we're going to do this again. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in today's show, man. I greatly appreciate it, man. Hope y'all learned something, enjoyed, or whatever, you know what I'm saying. All right, now. Y'all take it easy now, you hear?